Cavaliers tonight. They are in Oklahoma City. Play the Thunder. That is an 8 o'clock tip. So here on MMS, your pregame coverage will begin around 7:30 if you want to take it all in. 35192 if you want to text me. If you are a podcast listener and can't call live but still want to throw in, you can use the Alan Cox Show After Hours line, which is available 24/7. 216-986-8903 is how you do that. Hey, Kylie, what's up?
Not much.
What can I do for you?
So I have kind of an inside take on, significant others who have slept with a celebrity or someone that's known.
Yeah.
I actually, 2 different years. One year it was the CJ from Drowning Pool, who was a founder and guitarist for them, and Bobby, the lead singer of Saliva.
Click! Boom! Can we? I might have to. Are you single? I need a hall pass. Click! Boom!
You mean not the original singer of Saliva, the other guy?
He is not. No, he is the newer one.
Oh, never mind.
Not Josie Scott, not the
mind.
original Saliva, not the click boom guy.
All right.
You didn't sleep. So you slept. Not Dave Will. You didn't sleep with the guy that died from Drowning Pool.
No. It was CJ, who he's still an active member. He's the guitarist.
Is he the bald dude?
Yeah, for like the long beard.
Yeah. Okay.
And my boyfriend, if either one of those bands comes on the radio or Pandora or anything, it's immediately he changes it. Goodbye.
Well, yeah, because they stink. That's why. It's
Yeah,
not because you had sex with them.
Not have anything to do. Click! Boom!
You got to do
Just
when you're working at a rock festival.
Pay attention.
Click, poon.
Pretty much. But, I mean, it was really great experience. I mean, not that, but, like, hanging out with them. They're all really cool guys.
So you were a groupie for a while.
Sort of.
Well, yeah, you were.
Damn,
It's okay.
Explain it away.
There's a big metal festival that doesn't happen anymore. But we had bands such as Candlebox, Puddle of Mud, Saliva, Drowning Pool.
And so you only got the guy from Drowning Pool and Saliva?
Well, because the guy from Drowning Pool, because I had met him the night before at the weed farm where the big barbecue was. And so we were hanging out, and we ended up hanging out after the show the next night. And then with the next year with Saliva, it's because I was the person that was, making sure the bands had everything they needed.
You did.
Like, I took them downtown to party, and then I got them back to the hotel, and we went inside. I did karaoke with members of Saliva and Candlebox and one of the other bands. I can't remember who.
Did they sing Click, Poon?
Click! Boom! Click! Boom!
There you go. CJ Pearson made her body hit the floor.
Yeah.
No, my body didn't actually hit the floor, but it could have.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Kylie. I appreciate the call. There you go. There's Kylie, who I'm not quite sure what her point was. Eskimo, her boyfriend doesn't like when Drowning Pool or Saliva come on the radio. So then he probably never listens to WMMS.
Wouldn't that be funny if he was on Bill's Polar Blast team?
Click, two.
By the way, Stripper Scott told me that you and he are Eskimo brothers, Bill.
Yeah, I think so, probably.
High five.
Wait, let me see.
Now, who is that worse for?
This
is no longer a Bill Squire, Jason Kipnis bit of calculus.
Who? Let me ask him. Who? Have him text you. Who? If he's listening right now.
Alan, I'm a longtime listener, first-time texter. My name is Steven. When I was in prison 7 years ago, all I did was listen to your show. It got me through a lot of days. I've been listening again and get a lot of laughs out. Appreciate all the good work. Show's awesome. I'm thinking of starting a podcast and maybe joining radio.
Hey, welcome to the family.
Do you have any tips? Maybe you could do a podcast with After Dark Marcel. I'd like to get After Dark Marcel into something now that he's part of the iHeart family.
Yeah.
How about Poundcake and Marcel?
Pouncel.
I don't even need a portmanteau for it. I mean, he's there in Brooklyn.
Well, Poundcake's got his own podcast that he's planning, right? How's that going?
What is it going to be? Your entertainment thing?
Yeah, Poundcast.
The Poundcast. Well, that's already exists, though. You got to come up with a different name. I think the Poundcast is already a thing, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, the Poundcast. Yeah, that's already a thing.
Oh, boo.
It's hilarious interviews with DJ Dog Pound or Doug Pound or something.
Doug Pound.
DJ Doug Pound. Right.
The Cake Cast. It's just my big booty cheeks on the front cover.
How did it become about his ass?
That's what's in the
The Cake
news.
Cast.
His big booty
Cheeks.
cheeks.
Well, you know how Bill has like his album cover? I think the cover for like whenever my podcast is advertised, I just have a picture of my butt.
But if you don't talk about butts, well, whatever sells it, man. Whatever gets listeners.
Whatever.
That will
It gets you the
absolutely not
click.
sell it. I'm telling you right now.
judging.
Don't do that. I implore you. Don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
And Bill doesn't use his album cover as his podcast graphic, by the way.
No, but people click on his album, and
Because of the naked photo?
I'm sure that has something to do with it.
Yeah, this naked photo
If
that's
anything,
wrapped
it's
around me
hindered
right
it.
now.
You mean on the blanket that I got married? That naked photo?
Yes, that naked photo.
Decisions aren't my thing. A naked, passed out Bill Squire in the shower? That one?
Yeah, that would make me click.
That probably would make you click.
I don't know
Click,
about
click,
that.
boom.
Click, click, Bill.
Click, click, boom. Put me down on the stereo. Put me on the radio.
Click, click, boom! You love it so much.
Oh my God, it never gets old. At least not for me.
Got a little old on that one.
Might be people who hate, because I did it 4 times
That's
in a
what
row.
I'm saying.
Take your pick. It's either that or Sex Cauldron again. I like both of them.
Me too.
I'm all about Sex Cauldron.
We're talking about SEX in front of the CHILDREN.
Sex Cauldron. I thought they closed that place down.
Sounds lit. I want to go to Sex Cauldron.
Oh God. Yeah, the 1 million moms are still complaining out there about the Super Bowl. Speaking of the children, by the way, they really need to change their name since they have 4,700 Twitter followers. You can't. First of all, 1 million moms is all fake because it's not 1 million anybody. It's probably not moms. It's some church or something. But they're still whining about the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Can we go back to the stripper Scott Bill thing?
Absolutely.
How does that make you feel?
He's saying, well...
Because I can't get it out of my head, and I'm trying not to bring it back up.
I mean, I don't care because it's a really long time ago, and the way that he is saying it is we had the same Asian massage therapist. So this is...
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't have sex with the same person?
Yeah, I didn't actually
That's
put it
not what
in
an
that
Eskimo
person.
brothermers.
Eskimo brothermers,
I took Benadryl, so I stopped sneezing.
carpet cleaning, and yeah.
It sounds like we had the same masseuse, but I didn't actually put it in any of
Well,
those.
that doesn't count. So
Yeah.
he either has an
Yeah.
extraordinarily broad definition of Eskimo, and the same woman that either one of you have ever had a conversation with, is he considered that Eskimo brothers? It means one thing.
It means
Yeah.
one
It means
thing.
that the two of you,
have slept with the same person.
right?
Got it in.
P and the G.
P in the what?
The
P in the G?
Which-
I thought you said,
G.
I'm like, what's the G?
Yeah, if you don't know, you can't afford it.
Gonads. The yeah, and since his usual MO is paying for it, that's not something that you would do.
I mean, that's something I have done.
How
but
would
that
that
was a long
make
time
you
ago.
feel?
I don't care. I really
So
don't.
what you're saying, so it makes you when it's hotter people, you're like, oh, I'm punching up, I'm playing on the same field. But when it's not as hot of a person, you're like, oh, well, that's just whatever. It's not. I don't even think about it.
I mean, it's
It can't. It has to affect you the opposite way. I don't believe you're aloof
what
about
it's
that.
it's going to drag me down.
I would look at it and be like, oh, well, that's who I'm the same.
Yeah, but
label
you're
as.
like blah blah blah.
What does that mean?
you're like-
you're
you're
one of the
you're
most
so-
insecure people I've ever met in my life.
How so?
Oh, you just got all red in the face when I told you weren't hot as Jason Kidd.
I was playing it up for the radio.
Oh, were you, Bill?
Do you
Because
think
you
I really don't
mad.
know that Jason Kipnis is hotter than me? You think I'm a
Okay.
stupid person?
Okay.
Jeez, now I'm actually upset that you think I'm that dumb.
I didn't say you were dumb. I said you were insecure.
No, but you think I'm dumb to think that Jason Kipnis is a professional athlete that has women swoon over him constantly, and a guy that needs a girl to see his act and then still have everything go just right to get them in a situation.
I'm stupid.
I'm very aware, very self-aware when it comes to that stuff.
Okay.
Because I'm
Playing it up
stupid.
for the show.
Okay.
Because I'm stupid.
I thought he was saying this over and over.
Because I'm stupid.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, Mary.
Sorry.
He's saying it over and over again.
I don't know. I was like, what is he
Well, that
keep butting
Benadryl
in
works
with that?
fast, doesn't it?
What?
Some fast acting, tenactin over there.
Yeah.
Your Benadryl.
Yeah. My eyes stopped watering.
Because I'm stupid. Because I'm stupid.
All I'm saying is if I had a sexual history of a partner of mine and there were people on there that weren't great or hot.
I'm
or,
not great to some people.
Right.
And then there's other people like, but
I'm saying
I'm not
if,
gonna let
if,
it bother
if,
me.
If
but if
hotter
someone's
people,
famous, I
if
go,
hotter
hey, look
pe-
at that.
That's what I'm saying. You have to claim it both ways. If hotter
No, you
people
don't.
make you feel better about it, then uglier people should make you feel worse about it.
No, because then they might also have be personality people like me.
Or giant dongs.
I guess.
Or we paid for the same person. Or
That was the extenuating circumstance in that.
My wife's ex right before me was this. I never met him, so I don't know what he looks like.
A Ray Donovan
But I know
type.
he was real tall and he was an artist. She found out he was like a bipolar cokehead too, and so that whatever. But they were together for a little while.
Which one was the deal breaker? The bipolar or the coke?
They go hand in hand.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do they?
But even that, I'm like, well, tall artist. I'm like, I don't even know what the guy looked like, but that sounded pretty intimidating to me. Mm-hmm. That sounded pretty, I'm not tall.
Yeah, but you're
I'm
creative.
barely an artist. I mean,
You're in a creative field.
No, I understand, but it's like still.
I'd buy one of your paintings.
Hey, thanks, pal. I'm working on a new watercolor.
I was going to say AC's watercolors.
That's right.
AC, acrylic on canvas. That's what it stands
acrylic
for.
catcher. Yeah. But, I don't need to know any of those things,
Yeah.
Would
It would affect your self-esteem.
No, it wouldn't affect my self-esteem because that, whatever. But by the time you're a grown person, you better have your self-esteem figured out.
Right.
Right? That shouldn't be offset by another person. But you kind of go, wow, well, what do they see in them? Because it'd be one thing if you were very similar to another person that they were with. Mm-hmm. That you can figure out easily.
Or when
Anybody
they go
can figure it
the
out.
exact opposite.
Right.
They're like, oh, they're everything I'm not, so that makes sense. They left them and now they're with me because they wanted something completely different.
Well, or people don't have a type that they think that they do. Like
Yeah.
I've never considered myself as having a type.
Yeah, me either.
So
I
you
do.
know,
I was like, what are you talking about?
But it's also, there's a lot of people outside that type that I've hooked up with over the years.
there's
I don't
outliers.
think do types refer to hooking up or just dating?
No, types are like the look that you like.
Yeah. Okay. So
you know?
either way.
Some people have that. You like fat ginger bearded
Not
gingers.
like that.
That's what
Quit
you said.
saying that.
You like
because
people-
every time you say that, my DMs get flooded with fat redheaded dudes who are like, I heard on the radio that you're looking for a guy like me.
There are a lot of women though out
I got
there.
a koozie collection. What do you think?
A lot of women. I know a lot of them. Inexplicably, they love bearded gingers.
Well, that's not me. So
And I mean,
please-
God bless those guys because it finally happened for you.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, you like guys that look like they used to work out.
Yes.
Yes.
Not fat bearded
That is
gingers.
so fascinating
Stocky
to me.
dudes.
Huh?
But then you know what? That doesn't
Stocky is a nice way of saying short and fat.
That doesn't always line up because the people that I'm with don't look like that.
So you
That's
don't
like
have-
when I
you
look
don't
at
have a
them,
type, then.
if I'm out in public and I see people, I'm like, oh, that dude's hot. It's usually a stocky dude with dark hair, like dark features, and that's normally what I'm like, oh, that's an attractive person.
Yeah.
But I always end up hooking up with dudes who are like 5'7" and kind of skinny. That's usually what ends up happening. It's the opposite. I don't know why.
So short, just not stocky.
Yeah.
You're aspirational for stocky.
I was gonna say,
5'10",
but I feel like
5'11",
stocky is still
180.
more on the fat side than the like.
Husky? I don't know what word I need.
I would say
Neither one of them are particularly complimentary.
Thick?
You're getting further away.
So
You're
help
getting
me
colder.
then.
Well, stocky literally means a person who is broad and sturdily built.
That's what
Okay,
I mean.
all right,
like
okay,
a
maybe
like
stocky
a
is the right
stock. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I just because
But
I
it's
think I
usually
learned.
not, it's usually not associated with tall people.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
I associate it so much with George Costanza.
That's right.
So
A
that's
short,
what I
He's a
think.
stocky,
fat-
slow-witted,
he's a fat
bald
dude.
man. He's a
No,
short,
stocky.
stocky, slow-witted,
He's
bald
not
man.
belly.
He's
got a big belly.
He does now, but when he was on Seinfeld, he wasn't that fat.
I never watched it. I'm picturing him in the last whenever I saw it, but
What does stocky mean on Grindr? Someone asked.
oh, here we go. That's probably good.
As if you need to be told what anything means on Grindr. If you're on there, you know.
I got a good one.
What?
One of my Eskimo brothers.
Who?
Hey, it's the Big Show.
The Big Show?
The Big Show.
The wrestler?
Yeah.
Your Eskimo brothers with the
I
big
feel like
show?
you would have known that because as soon as you get down there, you're like, oh, like, it's like just he would have torn that thing apart.
You don't know what his.
The Big Show.
He's not
He's
a
like
big
6'9".
He's 500 pounds. He's gigantic. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You don't come not packing with that.
I mean, you can.
The Big Show.
I've been really disappointed. I have been really disappointed.
You've never been with somebody that large. Ever.
I've been with someone who was.
You mean that tall?
Well, he's a large human being.
Yeah.
He's like
500
7'1".
pounds. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I've been
like,
with someone who was like 6'9", and I was like, I can't wait. You know.
Doesn't always that match up.
No, I was like, are you kidding me?
And then you have the. It goes into a place where like it could be like a regular size, but it's such
He's
a big
so
frame.
giant.
And you're like,
Yeah.
it looks so tiny.
Exactly. I was like, I think it's just normal. I was like, I think it's regular, but I expected too much. It was me. It wasn't
could even
him.
be kind of big, but because
No.
a 7-footer with a 7-incher, it's right.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
No, you're
not going to look
right.
great.
It was probably
You're right.
It's not going to look great.
I was like, I could compare yours and mine, and we the same length.
you
I was
look
like,
at Shaq's
something's wrong here.
hand, and then you look at his junk, and you're gonna be like, "Whoa, that thing's tiny," but you just don't understand how big
Yeah.
the rest of his body is.
I was pissed.
Right.
I was upset. I was irate.
Again, stocky is not complimentary. I mean, you were looking for synonyms. Chunky, dumpy, heavyset, squatty, stout,
Ew, I
stubby,
don't like any of that.
thickset, weighty, husky, burly.
Okay, so Burley
like
doesn't
built,
sound
built.
Built?
built, I would say.
A built guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's not what that means.
Because built, I think, is like pretty muscular.
Yes.
What's in between built and stocky? Mary Santora's type.
No,
Heyo.
because built's not built. Built isn't like ripped, but it's like, you know, they're not like jacked or anything, but they're built.
I'll take built and
Yeah.
a little bit of a
They're not
belly.
skinny.
Yeah.
You don't want
yeah.
a skinny guy.
No,
Yeah,
I like
gotcha.
really skinny dudes. I can't. I'm like, ooh, their hip bones are out.
You want somebody that looks like they can pick you up and throw you around.
Yes,
I understand.
100%.
Okay.
Or giving me a piggyback ride.
Yeah.
Carry me somewhere.
Jetpack, yeah.
Not as important now that I don't drink so much, but you had to be able to lift me at least. You know?
Yeah. I was self-conscious back in the day when I would stab someone with my hip bones. That was
Yeah.
that's not a particularly
I had a friend who dates
masculine
skinny
feeling
dudes.
experience.
AC's hip stabber.
Right. that are guys that are like 5'10" and weigh 140 pounds. I'm like, oh. Like,
Well, that's pretty slight.
or any dude who's like a barista, I feel like is like, you know, that body type, or just thin. I don't like thin men.
You don't like lanky or gangly?
No.
I had
no,
my
no,
daughter
no.
in the toy aisle at Target, and they had a barista Ken doll, and it had a
Ooh.
man bun.
Yes, it did.
So that's how you know man buns are officially over.
In yoga pants.
That they're on Ken dolls now, and probably have been for a couple of years. I mean, I was a barista for many years. I never had a man. I mean, my hair was long. I didn't have a man bun.
never pulled
There's
it
a guy.
back?
There's a guy back in sales. He pulls off the man bun quite well, although he's from Cali, but still.
Yeah.
Cali, he said.
Well, since I've been there, I can call it Cali.
That's what the
I've
locals.
been there
That's what
when
the
I
locals
lived
say.
there, and no one calls it that. Yeah,
mean, yeah.
But
So-
okay.
So
Yeah,
Cal.
they call it Fornia. Where are you from? Fornia.
I'm from Fornia,
What?
up in Frisco. No one says that either.
Frisco, Fornia. Born and raised.
Alan,
Big Show. I'm pretty happy about that. That's pretty cool.
how did you
This is what
find
I'm talking
that out?
about. You're like Big Show. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Stripper Scotty needs to text me who it was, when it was, and where it happened.
How did
Well,
you-
no,
know what
because I
mean?
wanted to know who it was.
I know, but
Because-
they're different.
But how did you find Big Show?
Because the common piece between me and Big Show texted me and told me.
The Eskimo.
Yeah.
Is the girl the Eskimo?
No.
What makes it Eskimo Brothers? What
Been in
what
the
do
same igloo.
Eskimo? Is it the igloo? Okay,
I think so, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. What is the woman part of that analogy? The female part, whatever.
I mean, the guy's been married since '97. So
Big Show?
When did this happen?
What? I didn't do anything wrong.
Bill didn't do anything with him.
That's true.
She's the meat in the sandwich. Bill's one of the buns.
And for everybody that thinks I only go out with younger girls, now you know I don't.
Oh. Cougar action.
She's an old lady.
She's not an old lady.
I mean, he's my age,
Yeah. But she's older than me.
so age inappropriate. Just the other way.
Yeah, she's not that much older than me, but she's a little older
You think
than
she
me.
called him Paul when they were doing it?
Paul Show.
Paul.
I like the Paul Show.
I love the stories behind like the hookups. Like, where'd you meet them? Who made the first move?
Why
like,
do you want to know all that?
Because I
about
find-
other person's
But no,
situation.
just celebrities, because how
Celebrities, like,
how
well,
they get
what?
by. Because you can't just go out to a crowd like you, come back here. Like, people are nosy. So I
no,
wanna,
but clearly this girl
Did she sneak backstage? Was she called backstage? Did she have like one of his assistants come
But
out and get her?
again, why do you care though?
Because I find it interesting.
But what about it do you find interesting?
The will to want someone to, like, okay, I want her, so whatever I have to do to get her, like, make it happen, but I don't want people to know. Like, I find that fascinating, how you do stuff on the sneak without people finding out. You don't find that fascinating?
No.
I don't think fascinating.
No.
Not a fan of that
Don't
kind of
care.
stuff, but-
It's just like, okay, well, you can't have my
Because
number,
again,
I'll give you my assistant's number.
It goes back to, if you're a girl, you go, here's what I'm willing to do, and somebody will usher you into a
But
room
he
to
can
do
have
it to
anybody.
someone.
He can have anybody.
He
Every
could.
girl
He
thinks
had
that.
her.
I know, but what about her made him want to do it? Is what I'm curious about.
She's really hot.
Well, ask Bill.
Yeah.
Bill's the other guy.
Okay, and these are the things I want to know. Like, what was she wearing? That caught his eye. Did he make eye contact with her? And
I think
you're coming
you're
backstage.
putting together a whole rom-com scenario when.
These are the things I want to know.
Have you ever hooked up with somebody when it's been like that? I looked at him and his polo shirt, one button unbuttoned, and his neck meat was out like that.
Are you hooking up with Freddie Kitchens?
Oh, his neck meat.
His neck meat was.
Were you banging a turkey?
Yes.
I'm
His
saying
neck
is
meat
that-
was out like that dinosaur from Jurassic Park that killed Wayne.
Oh, but what I'm saying is that nobody has a how we banged story like that. Like, I think you're confusing how we banged and how we met. Where it's like, oh, I just knew from when I looked at his shoes and they matched that I had to. Like, you know.
No, just
He
from the.
looked at his shoes and they matched.
Matched.
Keep going out with these guys. Can't match his shoes. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Shoes match the neck meat, match
No,
the hat.
I know people that have
He's
banged.
got a pork pie hat on. Boy, I really attract the multiple shoe crowd. I just want a stocky, bearded ginger who has two of the same shoes on, is all I want.
It's not a lot to ask.
I've moved the limbo stick so low.
I've heard stories of mine where friends have banged celebrities.
You've heard stories
and-
of yours.
I mean,
Hold on.
I have heard stories from friends of mine that have banged celebrities. They found them on like Tinder. They just have a picture of a good-looking guy, and then they think they're going to meet somebody, and then they open the door, and it's like, you know, somebody else. I'm like, so you weren't afraid? They're like, no. Like, it was a football player. It was this. It was that. But they were disguised as someone else.
The famous person is the person who has to be concerned.
Yeah, but I thought
Not
it was
the civilian.
I think that's cool because the whole time you're talking to somebody and you're getting catfished by a celebrity, and anybody else, you would be like, I'm pissed. But like, you open up the door and it's whoever. I find that fascinating. That's
Okay.
cool.
How come they never did an episode like that on Catfish?
Where it's
Where it's
like better than a person.
It's better than you
like,
expected.
oh, hey, this is great.
Look at this.
Like
It's the Big Show and Bill Squire in the same room.
Like the celebrity has like a hot brother or a hot
Tag
cousin.
team match.
The Big Show and the Bill Show.
Use a chair. Off the top ropes.
All right, I got a break. Hey, Ministry is going to do the Agora in July with KMFDM and Frontline Assembly, a show of this ilk you may not see again in your lifetime. So if you want to go, I'll hook you up after the break. 35192 if you want to text. Find us at AlanCoxShow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere.